Oh, I didn't want to let the next one start. Dang it. Sat down just a little too late. Let's find some chill songs to play while we hangin'. What do we got? Can do some of this. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning DOOGER. Or Saturday Afternoon DOOGER. Or Saturday Midday DOOGER. Whatever you would like to call it. I'm your host, DOOGER. Hello. Hi, everyone. Let me know if the music level is good. I haven't found like the perfect level for chitty chatty time yet. Every time I see your hair, I'm like, damn, it looks good. Thank you. I'm a big fan. I really like my hair. Even on days when I just throw it in a itty bitty baby ponytail. Which honestly, not super often currently. Bum, 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 ba-dum. I almost don't hear it. Don't hear the music. Okay. Is that better? Better volume. I watched Jesse's video and learned that Final Fantasy XIV has wedding ceremonies. It does. Yep. Ah. It is finally a little bit chilly here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Clark asked for warm food for lunch. She was like, Mommy, it's a little bit cold. Can I have something warm? And I was like, of course you can. I'm drinking coffee flavored whey protein. Nice. Yeah. Oh my God. It's so nice. It's cooler. It's like raining off and on where I am. Ah, bless. It's like the perfect temperature right now. Did Dukes and Terry have a wedding? We did. Yeah. We had a wedding. Sam and JP had a huge wedding in the game. Same here. It's finally colder. I can't wait to have a hot meal. Dude, I've been like sitting on, I have everything that I need to make chili. And I keep just being like, well, I'm not going to fucking make it today. It's hot. Today, I think yes. I think yes, finally. I will be making chili today. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the major reason that we can't be the only ones. The major reason that Tyri and I got married in the game is so that we would have the 2-person mount. So. That's why Asmongold wants to get married. Mm-hmm. Cooking stream. You know, I'm gonna pitch to Sam. So I was thinking about this yesterday because, like, you know, sometimes with streamers, it's really hard to get them to do extra shit unless you're like, what if we just streamed it? And Sam and I keep talking about doing meal preps and it keeps not happening, or I do it by myself or Sam does it by himself, right? So part of me is like, what if we did like a weekly stream that was like a meal prepping stream? I think that would be cool. And it would also be nice because, like, generally I make vegan or vegetarian stuff, and he doesn't. So there would be like a mixture of things depending on like what people are looking for to eat. Yeah, because the reason I thought of it is because Sam watched someone else, I don't know if it was Yui or someone else, but watched someone do a meal prep stream, and he was like, oh, that was so cool. It was like really satisfying to watch. I was like, we could do that. We could do that. So. Don't JP and Aurelian do it? They don't do meal prep. They choose a theme and they make like a bunch of like really good food based on a theme. Their streams are great too, though. Yeah. Had a good day so far today. Clarky is still high octane. It's funny, all of the parents in the Thorne family were all talking about their kids, and everyone was like, man, is anybody else's kid just at like level 100 right now? just so much. And I was like, yeah, Clark's been a lot over the last, I don't know, week and a half. But it's like a really pleasant version of that, right? I was saying yesterday, I think that that Clark is in this zone right now where like she wants to be doing stuff constantly, right? So she wants to, you know, do one thing and we're doing it for maybe like 5 minutes. And then she's like, Mommy, let's do this. And then Mommy, let's do that. Mommy, let's do this. Mommy, let's do that. Whereas normally there's like kind of a balance of like doing things and also just sort of chilling. My ear again. But I was thinking to myself, because everybody else in the family was like, God, my kid is just a demon lately. Or like my kid is just like top tier obnoxious currently. Every parent deserves to be able to say that to someone, okay? No shaming right now. But I was like, honestly, like, Clark is a lot, but she's so pleasant right now. like, especially today, I actually made a point to be like, honey, you have been doing so well at saying please and asking for things nicely and saying thank you and like and being really kind about the way that you ask for things today. I was like, I really appreciate that. It's very good. And she was like sitting on the couch like, I know. It was very cute. But like, yeah, there's a big difference between the days where you're just like, I'm exhausted because my kid won't stop losing their mind over shit, and I'm exhausted because my kid is just loving life and is high octane, you know? And we've been in a love and life sort of zone with her for a few days where Sam and I are both just like, oh my God, I'm so tired. But it's not, there hasn't really been an element of like, why is she being so mean? You know, so I can't complain. I'll complain a little because I'm tired, but can't complain too much. Ba, 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 ba. Just wait for the next set of growing pains. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, ebbs and flows. After this, we'll probably have a decent amount of time where she's like chill, and then we'll hit another wave where she's just a monster, and then some chill time, and then another love and life high octane, you know. So it'll go up and down. the point is whether or not she's learning stuff in the in-betweens, right? About like self-regulating and all of that. Wait till she starts asking you the big questions and contemplating life. I'm excited for that, honestly. I've always been totally fine with talking about that stuff. So it's like when the fish died, right? And I was like, oh, the fish is dead. And talked with her pretty, like, plainly about the fact that the fish was dead, and we, like, buried the fish together. And Sam was like, you just told her that the fish was dead? I was like, yeah. She doesn't understand what that means yet, but, like, I can talk about it like it's, you know, just a normal thing that happens. I know. Sam was like, what? You can't just tell your kid that their fish died. I was like, you can though. You can do that. It's fun to talk about serious stuff, but they really ask stuff out of nowhere in the moments when you're least prepared, like when you're braiding their hair in the morning before a school run. I'm sure that's true. Yeah, I thought, I think I mentioned this before, but my mother-in-law was talking with Clark about cemeteries. There's a cemetery in town, and I think they were taking a walk, and she was explaining to Clark, like, what the headstones were, and the way that she put it was that sometimes people really want to remember a person, and so they make a really cool thing out of stone and write down, you know, the important things about them. And each of the stones is because somebody out there wanted to remember a person. And I was like, that's a very simple way to explain a headstone. I found out there's an Orcs Must Die 3 today. Yeah. Sam was playing that yesterday. I was like, are you playing Orcs Must Die? He was like, yeah, a new one just came out. I was like, why did I not know that? That's very surprising. It's been Stadia exclusive for a while. Oh, so it was already out, but now, like, everybody can play it. Looks fun. Same with Death's Door. Death's Door is very fun. I don't know how far we are in Death's Door. I want to say like halfway-ish. Yeah, I like it. It's a cool aesthetic. It feels nice to play. You're a little crow in it. It's great. I'm gonna grab my water from the side table real quick. Because yesterday when we were talking about my ear thing, somebody was like, oh, I think I know what you're talking about. When I have that, I drink water and sometimes it helps. And honestly, drinking water while I was talking did help ease it. So I'm going to go grab my water super fast because I brought it to bed with me last night. I did something to my leg. I don't know what. It hurts a little bit. Get right back into the crisscross applesauce position. How does this hair look so different? Yeah, it's very, it has lots of different forms, which is nice. Cool looking trousers. Thank you. I love these. I'm doing good. Yeah. Just chilling. I remember hearing crisscross applesauce from an American friend when I was younger, and I, a small child with a British accent, was like, that doesn't rhyme. I'm trying to think how it would sound from a British person. Or like, specifically an English person. Oh, Michael. Michael redeemed a Valentine and said, hey, Cat Gang and Dukes, I'm sorry to say I might have to unsubscribe for a little while I'm moving from Scotland to England. I need to save money where I can. It brings a bit of a tear to my eyes. I've had so many good times with you all. You've been a wonderful gang of folk to chat to. Always welcoming. Much love to all. I'll still drop by. You don't gotta be a sub to hang out. I know, though. Moving is a big ol' thing. It's a big ol' endeavor. So take care of you. Do the move. And if you're able to come hang out, then you can. And there's no pressure to subscribe. You're lovely. Why do my legs hurt? Sits like a croissant. It's weird though. I mean, I've sat like this every day of my life, you know. It feels like there's like a pulling feeling on one side of my leg while I'm walking. It's strange, but I'll figure it out. Could be demons. Yeah, could be. Sure. I know, that's why I'm not going into more detail, because I feel like the last couple of streams I keep like talking about stuff that just by virtue of it being the topic, a bunch of people get timed out because they're giving like medical like feedback. So, but yeah, my leg just feels a little weird when I walk. It is what it is. Chat MD. It's a rule here because it's just really easy to give like false information when like medical stuff comes out, you know? So. Hi, Spatula. Have you considered not walking? God damn. It's also called getting older. No, I did something. Unless you're Dr. John. Dr. John has a pass. I know that man in for real's life. I have hung out with him. He is a real doctor. Yeah, the name of the playlist is Coffee Date. You can see it up here where it says Coffee Date Game Chops. That's the name of the album, and then who made it. So if you look for that in Spotify, you'll find the whole playlist. He's an actual doctor. Thank you, Deathcore. You're lovely. I hope you're having a great day. I know just enough to think I know what I'm talking about while also being totally wrong. Yeah, I think the point is just that it's really, really easy for someone to read a bit of information, be like, oh, interesting, and then potentially not follow up on it to like double check that stuff, right? And yeah, sometimes the advice that is being given for things is potentially harmful, and it's stuff that you should 100% like double check with a doctor about, you know? If you can't baffle them with brilliance, blow them away with bullshit. We woke up this morning and Sam did like a come with me and you'll see sort of situation. We went downstairs. Clark woke up at like 4:30 and I was like, honey, we're going back to bed. And she was like, no. And I was like, yup, it's too fucking early. We are not waking up right now. And so she managed to get back to sleep and woke up at like 6:50. Much better, right? And at 7 o'clock on the dot was like, I want to go downstairs. I want to have breakfast. Let's get up. I was like, fine. And sometimes I default to, sure, let's go see daddy, because then I can kind of like foist her off onto him for a minute while I'm like waking up. So we went downstairs and Clark went into Sam's office and they were talking, and I walked in right as he was saying, I just got done cleaning for like an hour and a half. And I was like, you did? And he was like, I did. And then like took me into the kitchen and was like, I've done laundry and I cleaned the whole kitchen and did all the dishes. I was like, what the fuck? He was like, I ended my stream early, so I thought I would be productive. So that was very nice. My love language is someone doing the dishes for me. Dude, like, just like taking a second to be like, what's something that's helpful to my partner? What's something I could do that they normally do and suddenly they won't have to do it? God damn, that's the best. That's the best. But yeah. Oh my gosh. Also, so I was saying yesterday that a bread maker showed up, and it was a secret birthday present from my mom that showed up early. And so Clark and I made bread in it yesterday, which I think I also told you guys. Clark and I made bread in it. And at the time that I had started stream, we hadn't eaten any yet because it had literally just come out. So when my stream was done, we were all like in the kitchen, like, let's have some goddamn bread. And when I tell you, that loaf did not last. It was like this big, a medium-sized loaf. Sam ate like, I want to say 3/4 of it, and Clark and I ate the rest. It was so good. It was so good. We were like, well, we're a fresh bread family now. Also, my father-in-law is, I was going to say is celiac. He can't have gluten. And it came with a little thingy to use specifically to make gluten-free bread. So I'm like, maybe I should try to make fresh gluten-free bread and see if that's good. Did you put things on top? Butter? Oh, I don't put butter on my bread. Sam put butter on his, yeah. But it's pretty good. It's pretty tight. What do you put on bread instead? I don't. I just let the bread shine on its own. How long did it take Sam to grow out his hair? God, when did he start growing his hair? I want to say he started letting the sides grow. Two years ago? 2.5 years ago? Something like that. His hair grows fairly fast. But at first he had the haircut that was like, all of this is long and all of this is shaved. And he had that for a while. And then he started growing this out. And now his hair is so thick. I was like, honey, isn't your hair hot? He was like, it's awful. It's so hot. He said he's thinking about getting it all cut so that it's all the same length, because it's like all kinds of different lengths right now. Yeah, well, that's the problem with gluten-free bread typically, right? Is that it's dense. And I don't know like what you're meant to do to keep it from getting super dense, but like that's what I said. I was like, honey, you know that you can go in. Well, like, to be fair, salons haven't been open for a while before now. But I was like, you know, you can go in and literally get your hair just thinned. Like, that's a thing that you can do. But yeah, Sam has extremely thick hair. My opposite. My sweet prince, the opposite of me. Yeah. You can go in and say like, I don't really want a bunch of length taken off. I just want my hair thinned because it's too thick. They can do that. Today I did my first ever roll in a D&D game and it was a 4. Incredible. Is Sam's hair a lot of maintenance? He doesn't really do anything with it. He doesn't do like a bunch of beard maintenance or hair maintenance or anything. Like, he gets whatever like the cheapest shampoo is and uses that in his hair, and it looks gorgeous, so whatever. Those fucking thorns. The 7-in-1 shampoo life. Oh my god. It's my first time to your stream. I've known you since Peanut Butter Gamer Minecraft Hardcore. I never really checked you out, but I heard you had your baby girl. How old is she now? How is a streamer YouTuber with a small kid? Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's 3. She's a 3-year-old now. She's a full-on toddler. And she's lovely, and it's super fun. And it's been great. Yeah, we were talking yesterday about how, like, we're trying to be really mindful as she gets older of, like, being aware of her privacy, you know? And, like, she's not old enough to understand what chat is or how many people, like, have seen her and stuff like that, and trying to figure out, like, how do we balance that? Without making it like you can't come on stream at all. Like, she loves to come by and say hi. So yeah, it's interesting because it's not like there's like a playbook on how to do any of this stuff. So but yeah, it's very fun. I'm very happy. I'm living in England with my husband and my kiddo, and stuff's good. But there's some stuff that we were really like happy about, like oh thank god, one of these earrings keeps getting loose. This one keeps getting loose and falling off, and I'll find it later, or Clark will find it and be like, "Mommy, I found your earring." And I'm like, oh my god. So I keep thinking I need to buy another one. It's because I play with them too often. Anyways, like when she started going to preschool, they had a form that we could fill out, and part of the form was like a privacy form of like, are you okay with us posting pictures of your kid? Would you rather that we didn't? Like, when we send pictures to other parents, do you want us to blur out her face? Like, that sort of stuff. And I felt like I was being overly paranoid, but I said yes to literally all of those things just because I don't know, you know? Like, I definitely don't want Clark on promotional stuff. I don't want anything that can be found by the wrong person that's like, yep, this is her preschool, you know. So, yeah, he's English. So we moved out here to be with his family. Is Thorn a common English name? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. I never really got the desire to broadcast your kid's life on the internet. People might forget, but the internet never forgets. It's really fascinating because now we're starting to like see a wave of the first like kids that were ever, you know, the focus of like big mommy blogs or family channels and things like that are like coming into a teen and adult age and are able to kind of like speak on what that's like. And generally it's like maybe their relationship with their parents is generally fine, but the lack of agency that they had was an issue for a lot of their life. So it's definitely something that Sam and I have wanted to be really mindful of. But yeah, again, there's no rule book to work from. We're just doing our best. It is the weekend. Sam also forgot that it was the weekend. He was like, "Can you call the doctors for me?" And I was like, "No, I cannot. It is a Saturday." According to a Google search, Thorne is the 556th most common surname in Britain. So not that common, really. I'm terrible at remembering days nowadays. I work 4 on, 4 off. My mom, I've said this a million times, but like when my mom stopped, like when she retired, she to this day is not ever super sure on what day it is. So she's always been like a big calendars person. So there's always like a huge calendar somewhere in the kitchen. And when I'm on the phone with her, sometimes she'll be like, and I know that she's going, because I've asked her something that has to do with the day, and she's walking into the kitchen to look at the calendar. She has like a really specific tone when it's like, I'm walking to the calendar right now to double check the day. Right? The bliss. The bliss of just like not knowing what day it is. And having it not be an issue to not know what day it is. Just be like, I don't know. You know, I just do whatever I want every day. Because I'm a queen and I'm retired. One day. As someone who can't keep track of time, there's no bliss, only paranoia. I guess I mean, like, for her, most days are the same. And she gets really bored. And I know that that's, like, the issue for her. But, like, she doesn't... I don't think that she has a whole lot that she has to worry about on the day-to-day, right? Like, it's really rare for it to be like, oh, no, I really need to make sure I don't forget about X, Y, or Z. My mom, who's been retired for many years, once texted me TGIF, and I responded, thanks, Mom, it's Thursday. Yeah, that's the vibe. My mom uses week numbers when planning. Like, are you free Friday, week 34? Mom, no one knows what date that is. What? Week 34? That's some chaotic evil shit. That's crazy. That's incredible. I used to know week numbers because of my work. I didn't know that there was anyone on Earth that needed to know week numbers. It's pretty common in Sweden. What the fuck? I've never heard of that in my life. Wacky. Wow. Apparently I've just never worked in the sort of job that uses week numbers. We have them in Finland. It's hell. Hi, Carla. I can't imagine. I watched Before You Got Married. What's up? That's been a while then. Our wedding ceremony was 4 years ago-ish. I was gonna say 3 years, but then I was like, wait. We got married, and then I got pregnant. And Clark's over 3 years old. So it's been about 4 years, I think. Imagine not knowing when your wedding is. We forget our anniversary every single year until someone texts us going, happy anniversary. And then we look at each other like, fuck, should we do something? I still remember coffee time. I do coffee time every day. It's just streamed now. I mean, it's a blessing that it's not a situation where one of us really cares about anniversaries and one of us doesn't. It's that both of us are like, we like to do a thing. We like to go get dinner. We just don't care enough to ever remember what the day is. Or write anything down. So. We're planning on getting married this year. I'm horrible with dates, and she knows all of them. I'm in danger. I know someone who planned their wedding around another date to help them remember. If that's an option for you. If you're both like, oh my gosh, I would love to get married sometime in October. And you're like, wouldn't it be crazy if we got married the day before Halloween? And then look. There are extra touchstones then. Yeah, Sam's parents got married on Valentine's Day. And my mother-in-law was like, I thought it was so romantic. And now that I'm older, I see the truth. It's that we only have to remember one day, and it's just easier. I get twice the presents then, right? I get twice the presents then, right? Yeah, we chose our wedding day partly based on like the prices for getting married on a Thursday. Way better. Huge difference. We were like, how would everybody feel about a 4-day weekend? You just take Thursday, Friday off and just get a 4-day weekend. Is everybody cool with that? Kids born near Christmas. No, that's a lie. The presents thing. I have friends who were born like really close to different holidays and are like, depending on the holiday, sometimes people literally just don't register that your birthday has happened or is happening. I'm making almost all the decor for my wedding. Hoo boy, it's a lot, but it's fun though. That's awesome. That's so cool. It's gonna be very personal. But it is a lot of work, so have some energy. Verluct, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Coffee drinking burrito babe.
Oh, I've always been terrible with dates. Always. It took me forever to remember birthdays in my family. Like, so long. Way too long for me to prioritize remembering anybody's birthday. Bum, bum, bum. I saw because again, I watch lots of like parenting content, and one of them was like, if you find that you have trouble remembering some things, try to just like offload that job onto one of your kids. And the example that they gave was get a calendar that your kid thinks is really cute or that they love, write down all of the birthdays in the calendar, and then put it in their room. And that's their job. And every day they can check and see if a birthday is coming up. And then they can tell you, and you can pick out a present together. And I was like, holy shit, that's so fucking smart. I am 100% going to do that. Right? I think it's very cute. I don't feel like it doesn't feel like a situation where you're taking advantage of your kids. It's like they get to do a thing. They're in charge of a thing, right? Kids actually love jobs. They love to be given like responsibility, especially when they're really little and they feel like they don't have as much control over stuff. So a Dutch tradition is having a toilet birthday calendar. Oh, like just a calendar in the potty. So every time you sit down, you can look at it and be like, oh shit. Get it? I love it. It's a no-no to put your own name on it. Oh, interesting. Is it you shouldn't put anybody who lives in the house on the calendar? Oh, when you were a guest. Oh, I mean, like if somebody's sitting on the potty and they don't see their own birthday on the calendar, it's bad form for them to like put their name on the calendar. I would really hope they would. Especially if I've only just met them. And then I'll be sitting there on the potty looking at the calendar and be like, who the fuck is that? Whose name is that? It is. It is Strahd, along with my cursed fox. Just put a mug full of pens at the toilet and everyone can sign in. Oh my god. Incredible. need to actually let me crowdsource this. So I keep trying to find air fresheners that aren't super like chemically smelling. I really hate like most air fresheners that you can buy because they smell like chemicals to me. But there are some areas of the house where I'm like, I just really wish there was like a smelly good thing that isn't the sort of thing where the smell is gone within like a day. If you guys that live in the United Kingdom know of a company that I should look at, let me know. You have a bread machine, that's a good scent. I don't think the bread smell is gonna reach all over the house. Just scented candles or incense, oil diffusers. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's the problem, right? Is that essential oils, you have to be like really careful with the cats. Yeah. It's like, all right. Walking around with bread like, smell. Problem with air fresheners is you become nose blind to them after a while. I don't know if it's because I grew up in a house that my dad is like really sensitive to like chemical based like air freshener smells. So I grew up in a house where we never ever used them. We didn't have them in the house at all. And Sam and I have never really used them in our house, and I never used them in my old house. And then I bought a couple because we have, you know, like the area there's like a specific area of the house that if one of the cats has pooped recently, it's so strong. Even if you've scooped it, you're just like, ugh. So I was like, maybe I'll get a little air freshener, but the smell like stings my nose. I like hate it. Yeah, I like wax melts. It's just the like open flame. I would want one where the flame is contained. And I don't want a wax melt that you plug into an outlet because then my kid is 100% gonna go boop. There's just so many barriers to smelly good stuff. So, yeah, I'll just keep trying the normal stuff then, I guess. Dude, cloves are so pervasive. That's true. Yeah, we had potpourri growing up, or I had, yeah, in the farmhouse we had potpourri growing up, and it always felt like they stopped smelling like anything really quickly, and maybe it was because I became nose blind to them really quickly, but anyways. Cool. I'll try some stuff. Cinnamon brooms are tight. I love the sort of stuff that they sell around fall. The like really spicy smelling stuff. Holy shit. I love it. I'm gonna make breakfast. I haven't been awake for breakfast in a while. Nice. We had so many eggs. So many eggs that I used the Instant Pot to like hard boil like a dozen of them this morning. And Clark just happened to be in a mood where she was like, I want to eat some eggs, and ate like 3 of them. So it's like, well, okay, great. Verlux, thank you very much for the gifted subs. I appreciate it. If you were gifted a sub by Verluct or anybody else, double check who it was and take the time to say thank you. Appreciate it. 3 eggs. Yeah. Twas. I've been watching since TGS. Thanks for being awesome all these years. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. People on here are so generous. I know. It's true. I'm very lucky. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Have you ever made donuts? I've never made real donuts. Here's the thing that we used to do at my house, though, is my mom would get the Pillsbury biscuit pops. We would pop it open. We would take the biscuits, cut a hole in the biscuits, and then deep fry them, and then coat them in sugar and cinnamon. Ugh, dude. Incroyable. So good. But yeah, never actually made donuts, no. Cinnamon and sugar was like, as just like a topping on a thing to suddenly turn it into a dessert was such a thing in my house growing up. My mom would be like, do you want cinnamon toast? At, you know, like 7 or 8 p.m. And I'd be like, yeah. And we'd just make toast, and my mom would put a little bit of butter on the toast and then just sprinkle cinnamon and sugar on it, and we would eat it. It's great. What's the most disgusting food? I'm not sure. My favorite food is my dad's spaghetti. There's nothing that compares to the spaghetti that my dad makes. And now you don't butter your bread. What went wrong? I found out I was lactose intolerant, and I stopped putting butter on bread when I was younger, because you didn't have the same options that you do now in terms of like vegan and dairy-free stuff. And some of it just tasted awful, so I didn't bother. And I got really used to just not putting butter on bread, and I'm fine with it. My family hated margarine, so we never bought margarine now. And I was fine with it. And I'm still fine with it. I still don't put butter on things mostly. Is your intolerance bad for you? Mine isn't that bad. Mine is like it builds up over time. If I'm like occasionally having cheese, occasionally having milk, generally it's fine. If I'm eating a lot of it, it is not fine and I feel terrible. So, currently I've been having a lot of issues with food. So I am currently like no dairy. I've like made a short list for myself of like don't eat these things and see if you feel better, and generally it's working. So I've cut dairy completely out again. I don't think my husband also brought up gluten. He was like, maybe you should also try like not eating bread and stuff for a while. But I decided to just leave it, and I feel much better, and I didn't cut gluten out, so I don't think that it's gluten. If I have a lot of dairy, in the morning, I'm really sluggish and I'm really congested. This also happens if I eat a bit too close to falling asleep. I'll wake up and it's like my body didn't have enough time to like process through the food before I went to bed, and it never like really got the job done is how it feels. So yeah, the short list currently is like no dairy, no fast food, don't eat a certain amount of time before bed, which I actually messed up on last night because I forgot to eat until after Mangapod. And I was like, oh shit, I should eat something. And I ate so slow that by the time I was done eating, I was like, it's 11 p.m. and I'm tired, so I guess I'll go to bed. Oh, yeah. Do you ever get off track with your diet and being dairy free? I wouldn't say that I really, literally just in the last week, I've been more conscious of what I'm eating. I generally just eat whatever. I've always really enjoyed, and I gravitate towards like lots of vegetables and fairly like, I don't think there's such a thing as like bad food, but you know. So yeah, I generally am not super concerned like, oh man, you know, I'm eating a lot of stuff that isn't like giving my body like good building blocks, right? But I got, just to keep this short, sorry, I talk forever, but like I got really bad food poisoning for a few days in a row, and then everything that I ate after that, if like no matter what it was that I ate, I just felt awful. So I was like, I need to do something about this because I just feel disgusting. So that's why I'm being kind of restrictive right now, to try and figure out like what it is that is making me feel gross. I know, but I've said this exact thing so many times in the last like week that I just didn't want to be like, let me tell you all about what happened to me. Oh my gosh, I watched someone on TikTok this morning make a rose latte. I was like, God damn it. That sounds delightful. It was like this really pretty, like, pink latte. Like, God damn, I want to make that. Yeah, they had like food grade roses and put it in their milk while the milk was frothing, and it turned the milk pink, and then added that to like espresso, and it was very pretty. Yes, and the heart-shaped cubes. Ugh, it was great. What's your all-time favorite anime? My favorite anime ever is Samurai Champloo. I rewatch it fairly often. I love it. There's a lot of anime that I think is fantastic. I think probably my favorite romance anime that I've ever watched is Ore Monogatari. My Love Story. I love Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I love Mob Psycho. I'm trying to think of like older stuff that I still really resonate with aside from Samurai Champloo, and it's kind of hard. Some stuff I've gone back to try and watch and I'm like, oh, this didn't age super well for me. You know? Yu Yu Hakusho has always been up there for me. Going back to it, I notice more of the issues, like the big pacing issues in it. But there's still like tournament arcs and stuff in there that I adore, that I can watch all the time. I haven't watched Champloo. I probably should. It's great. It's great. It's, you know, old-timey Japan meets hip-hop music. It's wonderful. And it's pretty short. What's an anime you really, really like but is near impossible to go back to? Slayers. I try to rewatch Slayers every few years. I'm like, oh, I really just want to rewatch Slayers because I love it so much. It was such a like big part of my childhood. Not my childhood, but like my like early teen years. I adored Slayers. And going back and trying to watch it is so hard. The pacing of that show is just bad. It's such a bummer. But I love Slayers. I still love it, you know? Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is great. Hiei is still one of my top characters of all time. We love a short king. But yeah, there's lots of fantastic anime out there. Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is so good. It is. It's so good. Honestly, the only issue with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is that because the old anime came first, they kind of, in Brotherhood, they sort of speed through the beginning to get to the point of deviation because they sort of assumed that like there's going to be a high number of people that watched the first anime that don't really want to like rehash the exact same shit the same way again. So they do it much faster in Brotherhood to get you to the point where stuff is like totally different, right? Because the first anime was done before the manga was even over, and it had that wonderful shit where they were like, well, we need to figure out how to end this somehow, and just kind of came up with an ending, right? Whereas Brotherhood follows the manga, and that's why they made it. So the beginning, some people have an issue with the pacing of the beginning because it is rushed. It's rushed on purpose. But Brotherhood's fantastic. Arakawa is a genius. Lovely. And I'm so glad that they went back and remade it according to like her vision, you know. What manga that you're currently reading do you enjoy the most right now? Spy X Family is so fun. I get so excited to read Spy X Family. It's probably one of my faves that I'm currently reading. Yeah, I use the Viz Media app, but it gives you the same deal, the same like $1.99 or $2 deal or whatever it is to just access all their stuff. So Solo Leveling. Did we read that manhwa? I actually can't remember. People recommend it all the time, and I don't think that we've read it yet. No. I don't think we've read Solo Leveling on MangaPod, but it's been recommended a million times. We do it every week. Well, we're supposed to do it every week. It gets canceled fairly often, if I'm being totally honest. We're trying to be better about it. I think it would help if we either started getting guests again or had a fourth host again, because MangaPod is really difficult to do with just two people. So if one of us doesn't show up or has an issue, we generally cancel, because the like pacing of the conversation is never as good with two people. So even if we're like, we'll still just do it, it never feels like we got like a good breadth of like opinion. And I also feel like currently Aaron, Moeka, and I are the three that do MangaPod right now. We've had lots of hosts over the years. But Aaron, Moeka, and I generally feel the same about nearly every manga. And I feel like we would really benefit from having a fourth voice that was a bit dissenting to ours, you know? Somebody with just, that has just like, that likes different sorts of manga from the rest of us, because I think generally the three of us all like the same type of stuff. So yeah. Get Gmart in there. Oh my god. I think we had Gmart on as a guest one time. I think. Brett's lovely. Yeah, I think Lou was really good for us in that way. I find myself missing Lou a lot, because I think Lou was absolutely the sort of person who sometimes really saw value in stuff that we didn't really like, and vice versa. Like we would say like, oh, I really loved this, this, and this, and Lou would be the person to be like, I actually hated that, right? And it was never in a way where any of us felt like we were on the defensive or anything, you know, like it was just part of the conversation. Lou was lovely as a manga pod host, so I definitely miss him. But he's got life going on. I get it. But love Lou. Bring in a hardcore shonen fan and get them super into rom-coms. I am not the right person to get anyone super into rom-coms. I am the hardcore shonen fan. I'm generally pretty bored with the romance stuff. I'm so excited for us to read more Dorohedoro, by the way. Oh my god. Aaron was like, do either of you guys want to, like, suggest a manga for us to read next week? And I was like, can we read more Dorohedoro? I want to do that so bad. So yeah, we're reading up through... Hold up. The currently reading hasn't been updated. Wait, hold. Did we talk about it? Dorohedoro chapters 18 to 40 is for next week. Is it good? The concept was turning me off. Oh my god, I love Dorohedoro. It's fucking weird. It's super weird. It's super strange. It's very grimy, very weird, a little surreal. Yeah, the anime is also great. I think the anime is a really good example of an anime that's totally CGI where it really, really works for it. Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's magic punk. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. The Google Images does show that Dorohedoro is really weird. Plus Dukes has a soft spot for buff girls. That's so true. Noi. Goddamn. Waters my crops. Yeah, there's more than one buff girl. That's true. I just finished season 2 of Beastars. We were just talking about Beastars. Were we just talking about... We were just talking about it last stream, weren't we? Yeah, I can choose another playlist. This playlist only has 10 songs in it, so it's definitely repeated, yeah. Yeah, don't worry. I'm only looking at the chill lists. There's a new manga with a really buff Red Hood hunting werewolves. I might have started it just for that. Wait, I've heard about that. What is it called? Have you heard of Kyokarama? Of course. Yep, I'm pretty sure I watched / read that in college. Red Hunter Guild. A grim new shonen. The Hunters Guild. Red Hood. Ooh, it's on Viz. That's what I like to see. Yes, bitch. Oh, there's only 4 chapters out. Damn. It brand new. Bum, 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 bum. The Red Riding Hood is buff, though. I like her already. Yeah, that's what they were saying. That's like literally the reason they started reading it. And I like that so many people in chat are like, yeah, it's really good so far. That's awesome. Actually, I think that, let me see if it's actually on the app. Oh no, 1%. Go fast. Go fast. If I even just open up the first chapter, it'll pop up as like, you're currently reading this. Do you want to keep reading it? So that's an easy way to do that. Yeah, Hunter's Guild Red Hood. Oh my god. Add as a favorite. Tight. Yarp. I did it. I did it before it died. We've covered webtoons before. Yeah, we did our first, like, kind of only webtoon. Because, you know, some stuff on webtoons is like manhwa. But our first, like, thing that was really just exclusively a webtoon was Lore Olympus. We did Lore Olympus, and that was great. Oh my god, Fanciest Fish. I was like, what do you mean? Fanciest Fish said, I just noticed my little cat is bloodied. And I was like, what? And then realized they meant their badge in chat. I figured it out though. So if it looked like I was really concerned for like a couple beats, it's because I was trying to parse together what that said. Do you ever get into Western cartoons or do you prefer anime and stuff? I do, yeah. It depends. It depends on what it is. I also think that when it kind of depends on how accessible something is. I generally try to watch stuff in a way where it's like legal and I'm supporting, you know, the people that made it. But it depends on what's available to me based on like the subscriptions I have and stuff like that. It depends on if there's a small angry character, also that. There is a trope of character type that I require in all media. Do you want an adorable, fluffy, gay love story from Webtoon? Sure, but don't put it in here because I'll forget. Drop it in the Discord. That's why you play A-list. Exactly. Who else was gonna make that character? No one. We have misdemeanor tonight. Gerard will not be there, I believe. So it's gonna be like a kind of like chill side episode. Every time we look at the Moomins books that Clark has, she doesn't ask about any of the Moomins, but every single time we read the Moomins books, she like asks over and over again who Snufkin is and who Lil Mai is. Every time. And I'm like, surely at this point, We can remember their names, honey. Yeah. It's like, I only have so much space up here, Mom. I'm learning lots of shit. With the Moomins, she has asked about their names, but she argues with me about it. So she'll be like, who's this one? I'll be like, that's Moomin Papa. And then she goes, no, it's not. I'm like, then why did you ask? Also, yes, it is. She learned the other day that LA is the city of the damned. Yeah. She went to say hi to Sam early in the morning. And I think it was Sam who said that LA is the city of the damned in front of her. It's like, oh, my love. He was like, the worst part is that she has a good memory. So now next time somebody mentions Los Angeles, she's going to go, oh, you mean the city of the damned? What are you going to do? I really have to pee. I think I'm gonna stream a little bit longer today for Saturday midday DOOGER. I'm gonna go pee and run a couple ads. I'll be right back. Hello. What's up? Grab some cookies. Are those like, we put 8 million seeds inside of this cookie. Velveeta cookies. Sorry. Bomber hair? Is that good? Only 3 more chemo sessions and my mom will be cancer-free. Congrats, Salty Luchador. Give her a big hug from us. That's amazing. Artsy Aria, welcome to the Cat Gang.
Well,
thank you so much.
You fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Your eyes and eyebrows remind me of Kristen Stewart. People say that sometimes and I don't see it. But Kristen Stewart's beautiful, so thank you. You always seem cool to me. This guy? Thank you. Only the coolest. Guys, I gotta do something about my office. I got into like I was saying to Sam this morning, I was like, I have been in like an overwhelmed mental place for a couple weeks now, and it is very reflective in my workspace. Normally, it's okay. There might be a couple things in places that it's not supposed to be. It's out of control right now. It's a big problem. It happens. Sometimes your brain's just like, no. Sometimes your brain just says no, and you're like, okay, yes. All right. What's the problem? It looks all right. Yeah, ignore everything that you guys can't see the worst part of it on the camera, which is by design, by the way. I just went through a big clean of the apartment. It feels amazing. So like there are some places of the house that I will, no matter what, clean, because otherwise like it gets worse, right? The kitchen, I do not function well if the kitchen is a disaster. Every time if it's messy in there and I go in, this is why when Sam was like, I cleaned the whole kitchen, I did all the dishes, I did a bunch of laundry, I was like, just like a huge sigh of like, thank you. Because for me mentally, there's a huge difference between walking into a kitchen with shit everywhere and walking into a kitchen where generally everything's clean. My motivations to cook things and be productive in there, completely different vibes, right? With my office, I don't have as much of like, I think because it's only mine, this is just my space, there's less of a feeling of like, I need to do something about this if I'm not doing well mentally. And then when I start to surface out of it, I'm like, oof, what the fuck happened over there? So I'll need to tackle that. Might tackle that tonight. We'll see. It happens. It happens. I'm not being mean to myself. I'm not shit talking myself. It's just a thing that happens sometimes, depending on how your brain works, right? So the rest of the house, totally fine. This room, not great.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
Oh, Hat Cat, yeah, if you want to drop it in the Discord. I don't think there's any concern about, like, a bot grabbing it in our Discord. I don't think that that's a thing. In chat, there is. That's, like, an issue, but... Pyros, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. No, typically, like, stuff like this, there's something else going on. And if you can identify the thing that's going on, it starts to help with it, maybe. I say maybe because, you know, just, like, positive thinking and stuff is, you know, not the way to cure depression and anxiety, right? Sometimes that's just stuff that, like, requires a lot of things. But for me, generally, when I get into a space like this, there's a trigger, you know? And identifying the trigger and trying to, like, take care of it will help. I'm in a position right now where I really need to sit down and make a list of the things that are stressing me out. Because once I see the list, I'll be like, okay, that's not so bad. It's because it's amorphous right now, you know? And I'm taking it out on my room. It happens. Sitting with your feelings is good, for sure. Also, I was saying this a couple days ago, but I've suddenly cut a lot of things out food-wise, right? So there's 100% a possibility that, like, with the heat and probably not eating nearly as much sugar, stuff like that, that I'm also just a more, like, irritable, like, stressed out person, potentially, because what you eat matters a whole lot with how your body does stuff as well, right? So, like, there's so many variables. There's so much shit, and it's like specific to each person. find you being irritable hard to believe. Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real. I've definitely been I was gonna call myself a bitch, but that's a little mean to me. I've definitely been a bit irritable. We'll use that word on stream before. Yeah, there have been a couple of streams in recent memory even where I've just shown up and chosen violence. And I feel like, you know, once an hour or something, I'm having to be like, guys, I realize it's not you. You're all fine. I just... Yeah, because typically, you know, someone will say something and I'll be like, this fucking guy. And then, you know, the not chaotic, violent part of me needs to be like, that person was literally just trying to be helpful. So maybe take a second to be like, I realize you're just trying to be helpful. Shadow Dodger. Sometimes it is chat. Sure. Sometimes it is chat.
You fine, cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito babe.
It's like what we were saying a few days ago, right? That it's when things pile up. It's when like a lot of chat is doing little things. Sure, one person saying something, you can look at that person and be like, they're trying to be helpful. It's not super helpful, but it's not their fault, right? When like a bunch of people in chat are all like trying to be helpful and it's not helpful, it becomes like either stressful or annoying. Which is why sometimes when I'm not choosing violence, right, I'll take a moment to be like, I think we should move on because this is potentially going to stress me out seeing everybody say the same thing over and over again, right? But but then there's another version of me that's like, you know, will point something out and be a bit too aggressive about it. And I feel like I have to like recenter myself eventually and go, it's not you. It's just the vibe. I'm contributing to the vibe. I'm sorry. It's the Kermit meme. I am the Kermit meme sometimes. Absolutely. You're communicating in text, so there's no intonation. There's also, I was saying that like as I've gotten older, I've tried to be more understanding of the fact that like people in chat are coming from all different cultures. There are some things that are going to be rude to say in one culture that it's not rude to say in another. You know, you need to take neurodivergence into account. Like for some people, they've never been told that saying a certain thing is rude and they wouldn't know unless they're told explicitly, right? There's lots of reasons to be more patient with people in a chat room context. It's just that sometimes when you are the focus of it, it's really difficult to like be patient. So chat culture. Any hope of an upcoming Zach cameo? I don't know. Would there be a reason for a Zach cameo? I am completely out of the loop on Verum shit currently. Zackus Wackus. This guy. ND stands for neurodivergent. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. You seem very reflective of situations and your emotions. Did you learn that somewhere, or were you always like that? I have no idea. I've been told by friends before that I am scarily observant of like human behavior. Like I notice things about other people. I've tried to be really aware of myself, because how else am I gonna grow unless I kind of nitpick myself a little bit, especially as a parent. There's a lot of things that I do that I really don't want to pass on to my kid, and also just, you know, I think one of the like big benefits of being in like a content creation sort of space as long as I have is that you do things and get called out on it, right? There have absolutely been things that I've said where somebody has messaged me or, you know, tweeted at me or whatever and been like, hey, actually, you know, you might want to be aware in the future, like, this wasn't really okay to say. This is a really outdated way to say this. You know, like, please be mindful of this in the future. When you have as many eyes on you for like 10 plus years, you get educated a lot, right? And there are definitely people who have been doing this for 10 plus years that have not been receptive to the potential education. But you have the opportunity to learn a lot if you're open to it. So it's not just me. It's also like having so many people out there as soundboards to give feedback, you know? I found over the years my gut feelings about people tend to be correct. It's interesting to reflect on past events. I've wondered about stuff like that with me. There have definitely been a lot of people that I've met in my life where I've said to myself, like, this person's bad news, and it turned out that I was right. But there have also been, there's like a specific type of person that I don't read very well. And it's always the same type of person. So now, when I don't know how else to say it than to keep saying, like, there's a specific type of person. But, like, there's a type of person that when I meet them, I'm now, like, really on guard. Because I'm like, I've met a lot of people like you, and they all sucked, right? And I try not to judge people ahead of time. I try to just be aware of potential, just be more guarded than I was when I was younger, if that makes sense. When you moderate for an extended period, you also get a Scooby sense of people who cause issues. when you realize a person was hitting on you 5 years after the fact. Yeah. I think one of the reasons for me is that it took a really long time for me to not be as much of like a doormat, if I'm being like totally honest. I'm a super, super patient person, and I, for many years, would have like 1 or 2 people in my life that really took advantage of how patient I was. I'm delighted to say I don't have anybody in my life that's like that now, because I got to a point where I was like, I need to cut these people out of my life, basically, because it's really toxic and it's making me miserable. But because of that, there are specific personality traits where if I notice them in people, I start to pull back. So it's not saying that they're terrible people. It's just saying that like my relationship with them wasn't healthy, and that my personality type combined with theirs creates an unhealthy situation, if that makes sense. Enneagram test? I've never heard of that. Anywho, I don't have all the answers. I'm not a trained professional in anything. This is just as a response to that question of like awareness, like self-awareness. Yeah, it's a combination of having a lot of people who are willing to like reach out and talk to me about something, and also generally just being maybe overly observant of other people for a lot of my life. I know, I'm saying I'm not like a therapist or anything, right? Like I can't speak to like some people are like, wait, but how do you deal with a toxic person in this situation? I can only say in my situation, I was literally able to be like, this is a bad relationship for me and I'm stepping down. I'm stepping out of it. And that was it. But that's not going to work for everybody. And, you know, sometimes this person that you have a problem with is like really tied in with your family, with your friends. I can't help with any of that sort of stuff. But I can tell you that it is, if there's someone who is constantly causing you anxiety, it's not worth it. So. In the thumbnail, I thought you got a fade on the sides of your haircut. Yeah, when I had my hair up like this a few days ago, I had like all of these bits back, and people were like, holy shit, you cut it again. I was like, no. It's just in a little baby ponytail, that's all. Thanks. I thought maybe you got an undercut. It looks nice though. Thanks. No, I'm not doing anything to my hair for... Wait, how many weeks in are we now? Just 1? 2? 1.5? 8-ish more weeks. But I still really like the hair, so I don't plan on doing anything with it currently. But I made the mistake this morning of putting it into a little ponytail when Clark was you know, running all over the place. And then I was like, if I take it out now, it's gonna have a big crease in it because my hair is really thin, so it creases almost the second that it's in a ponytail. Are we allowed to worry about you? I have no control over your brain. Hopefully I don't do anything that is like generally worrying, but I can't keep you from worrying about anything in your life. I hate ponytail creases. Dude! Same. It's the worst. Is Alis going to fish when Brett finishes his mechanics? I was so confused when I went on Discord yesterday and there was like 100 new messages and a totally new channel called Fishing of Io. I was like, what the fuck is this? I guess Brett's adding a fishing mechanic to his games. I don't know that Alis would give a shit about fishing if I'm being honest, but Leighton would probably make him fish with him if we're being honest. Do you still do yoga? I've never like done yoga. I've had sporadic classes like at the gym that I was at in Los Angeles. They like did classes for it. And it was very fun and I liked it a lot and I would love to do yoga again, but I haven't done it in a long time. It was a joke in Goblins. They made an offhand joke like, can we fish in Io? And then it grew into this. I see. Of course. I've been wondering if you still play Final Fantasy XIV. I play it every week, every Tuesday. Oh. Misdemeanor. I need to stop thinking as though Misdemeanor is about to end. I keep feeling like it's about to end, even though I think we've still got a few months before Brett wants to do like phase 3 or whatever. Yep. Yeah, if you do exclamation point FFXIV, there's a command that says everything. Misdemeanor has a lot left to do. That's the problem, right? We have so many threads. And I'm like, there are 3 different things that I will not be satisfied unless we do before it's over. Do we have the time? I don't know. So... what are you gonna do? You also tend to end up helping out other campaigns as well. So yeah, and then people get pissed if we're like, no, we're not doing that. There have been a couple of times that we've been asked to do something. We're like, no. And then somebody in the Discord will be like, I can't believe that the pirates are just ignoring this huge issue. We're just like, we just want to play our game, dude. That's like one of the only issues with like a sandbox world where there's lots of different games happening in parallel, is that, you know, sometimes you hear about a thing in the game and you don't know the stakes, or maybe you don't really care. You're just like, just not really interested in doing that. So nope, we're not going to do that. But other people might like be really invested in what's going on, you know? Like invested in like a specific thing and bring it up later. Which is fine. And I love that people get like really invested. But it's hard not to like feel bad about your in-character choices if you decide to do something and somebody's like, but in the Goblins campaign, it's really important for you to do this. And I'm like, but we don't know the Goblins. I don't watch the Goblins campaign. Why would I do that? You know? So... But this was also a thing that was happening in Verum all the time, constantly. Like, we would choose to do a thing and people would be like, ugh, I can't believe they're doing X, Y, or Z. It's gonna really fuck over this group or this group. And I'd be like, I don't care. I mean, I do care, and that's what's pissing me off, right? I don't want to care because I made that choice in character. And I want to like stick to it and not have regrets, but I do feel bad. Isn't that metagaming? Yeah, it would be metagaming, absolutely. It doesn't change the fact that people are pissed that you did it. But yeah. It happens. The choices the pirates have been making are pretty hype. Why, thank you. I just fantasize and draw AU fan art for myself. There's a DM that I watch content of sometimes who is like, here's an idea. If you have a group of players and you want them to get more invested in the world, offer inspiration if they'll either write up a scenario that didn't happen during the game, but you want them to like decide that it happened canonically, or make fan art or whatever it is that they want to do. Like encourage them to make something that's like supplementary to the actual game and offer inspiration on the next session. And I was like, holy shit, that's great. I would 100% do that. It's like with A-List, I literally have a file on my computer that's like a crew log and shit that I just made for fun. Can you imagine if I could have been getting inspiration for making that shit? Goddamn. Crunch warning. All right. I think we'll start to wrap up here. In terms of Valentine's, Fatal the Baptist sent a Valentine to the Cat Gang. Maki TV said a Valentine for Chat. Have a good one. TSG Kate said, Chat, y'all are some of the best people I've ever had the privilege of hanging with. Doogs, I appreciate you and your craft so much. Thank you for sharing your life and family with us. I've been in a bad spot as of late. I've been watching your VODs and catching streams, and y'all are helping me see the light at the end of the tunnel, so thank you. Big hugs, Kate. Thank you for watching. And Fatal the Baptist says to Chat, Doogs, and the UK. The UK entirely. Great. Thank you all so much for watching today. I appreciate it. All of it, yeah. Maddie Dew. Thank you for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Nordernier, thank you for the 58 months. Loey to the 42. Michael Wookie for the 9. Happy Twitch, baby. Paleor for the 47. Tom Servo for the 56. Avi for the gifted sub. Close to a World Below for the 9 months. Happy Twitch, baby. Pets Play for the 41. Siphon Jet for the 2. Patience for the 10. Morgan Stern for the 14. Zero Dark Blaze for the 69. Gucciardini for the 6. Mr. Voodoo for the 3. Verluct, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Southern Vices for the 49. Plasma Phoenix for the 41. It's Just Rebecca for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Verluct, again, thank you very much for the gifted subs. Baby Bird's Nest for the 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you very much. Arkwin for the 27. Hat Cat for the 64. ASAC for the 78. Zalful for the 69. Toasted Nom for the 14. Sir William for the 34. Artsiaria, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Chinese Peanut for the 15. Dilettante for the 6. Pyros, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you, thank you. W1200, thank you for the 35. An anonymous gifter gifted a sub. Thank you, whoever that was. Dark Forsaken, thank you for the 64. Arthritic Eyeballs for the 61. Crimson Jockey for the 13. Sapphire Scale for the 4. G Blinks for the 5. Hissia for the 75. Fifi Fox for the 15. Ocular Skydiver, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. And Vardork, happy 1 year. Happy anniversary. Thank you guys. What was I gonna say? Oh, so I've been thinking about, and I want to hear from viewers as well as my mods. Mods, feel free to talk to me about it in mod chat. But because like we do such a long chatty session and all of these go up as VODs on YouTube, I've been thinking about adding chat to the video. So that when people are watching it in VOD form, not on Twitch, they have the context of chat being there. I feel like it'll wind up making it feel a little cluttered, but it would probably be helpful, like, to the viewer, right? So I'm trying to decide. It would be good. Thought before that would be useful. Okay. Okay. Ko was saying there are problems with putting that on YouTube. Oh. There's a possible GDPR issue with chat on VOD on a different platform. Oh, is there? Oh. If someone asks to remove a message, you can't. I see. Troll messages appear on screen. That's my huge concern, is that if a message gets deleted, it's still there, right? I watch on YouTube and sometimes it seems unapproachable. That's my concern, is that it's difficult to watch it without chat if you're not here in the moment, you know? The way Tomato does it, the deleted messages are purged from his feed. I'm wondering if, like, the answer is that you just don't show the most recent messages. Does that make sense? Like, have it set up so that all of the, like, I don't know. Okay, I'll message Ko. I'll see what he's doing. There's a way to do it capturing VOD chat instead of live chat. Interesting. Then you'd be responding to something backwards in time. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, thank you, Alex. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I've thought about that before. There are so many moments, you know, where I think, honestly, one of the things that probably helps with this is the music in the background, but there are so many moments in these VODs where I'm just sitting there reading chat and silent. And again, I think the music probably helps, but also like having the context of what's going on in chat would help a lot. So maybe we'll see if we can figure that out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay, let's see who's doing what. And then I'm gonna go be mama. Again, we have misdemeanor tonight. Yay! Pirate found family D&D game. If you do !misdemeanor in chat, it'll give you the link to Brett Ultimus's channel where it happens. Mr. Rebecca. Let's go say hi to Mr. Rebecca. Wonderful. They're playing Islanders. And they're lovely. So go spread love, spread joy. Thank you all very much for watching today. Maybe I'll see you for misdemeanor. Maybe I'll see you for Godforged tomorrow. But otherwise, my next normal stream will be on Monday. Okay? Thank you all very much. Take care and bye-bye.